I woke up this morning doing bell hand Feldenkrais exercises. I couldn't understand why. You know, it's like, what I think I was? Sai Baba, making things materialize out of the air. Then I continued my analysis of the 23rd of Sivan, which is what this is a preparation for, because this is what I hope my dear ones do tomorrow not tomorrow, just on the 23rd of Sivan, which this year is July 15th. And it says that all the scribes of the king refers to Hashem, wrote everything that Mordecai said in the book in heaven. It's kind of like the Akashic record. Everything that Mordecai said happened. And this is our ability that on the 23rd of Sivan, and this is very important, the 23rd of Sivan. Whatever you say is written down in a book, written in a book, and will be done. So, whatever you want. And then I put it together only this morning, because the elusive obvious, another book title by Feldenkrais, is right in front of my eyes. And I didn't see that the 23rd refers to the word Chayah, the level of the Chayah soul, Het, Yud, Hey. And then I do have a Hiddush here, because the 23rd is the fourth level of the soul. That's the near light, the near surrounding light of the Or Makif. Which, remember, there are three souls in the body, and then there's a fourth soul, which is like an aura. That's the surrounding light of the Or Makif. And there are two of those. One is the Chayah, which is near, which is like close, related to the body, outside the body, but near the body. And then there's the far surrounding light, which we'll call a house. And it is a house, because that's the sukkah, which is like a final mem. And that mem to me is 600. Just like in the 600th year of Noah's life. And the 600, well, take something else. So now, why do we write that? Why is it written down in heaven? The unique thing about writing is that it's with a yad, with a hand. You see? Speech is with the mouth, but writing is with the hand. And I did this thing about logocentrism and phonocentrism and Derrida. It's with the hand. Writing is with the hand. And there are 14 pereks in that yad. That 14 pereks of yad, which is spelt yad, Yud Dalet, is one of the unbelievable words, because in Yiddish it's Yid. Man is a hand of God. Yid, a Jew is a hand of God. Nothing can be higher than the hand, because man is the animal with hands, according to Yehidah. And the development of the hands. This is very important, because there are two levels of the soul. The two levels of the soul that are in the surrounding lights is the Chayah, which is the surrounding light, which for me is a samek. And then a samek that surrounds, like an encircling light, near. And then there's a Yehidah level of the soul, which surrounds the Chayah. And that's called the fifth level. You see? And that fifth level is spelled Yehidah. Yud, Het, Yud, Dalet, He, Yehidah. And that's the number 37. Remember that Chayah is 23, and Yehidah is 37. That 37 is also the gematria of Hevel. And it's some other things. But the Yehidah is related to the Chayah as the fifth and far away. And that Yehidah is like a square that the circle is inside of. Far, not touching the circle. And the whole thing is, the whole object in life is to square the circle. It's to get to the fifth level. Because these corners are far away from the circle, so to speak. Well, this is part of my Yiddish here. 23 is Chayah. And that relates to the 23rd of Sivan, which is the Chayah. But for those who understand the Yad, those who understand the Yad, that the scribes are writing on the 23rd of, you see. Because Yehidah is spelt Chayah Yad. It's the Yad in the Chayah. Remember, the fourth amos is the arm itself, the length of the fourth amos. There's 3 amos in the body, and then the arm. And at the end of the cubit, so to speak, because the cubit is from the elbow through the fingertips, which includes the yad. So a Chayah yad, this amos, this fourth amos, which goes to the tip. Yes, that's the surrounding light. But when taken in specifically, the yad itself is 14. Yehidah is Chayah plus Yad. The Yad is separate from the Chayah, separate from the fourth level. It's its own level. This, of course, can be brought down into kinyan by Yad, by hand. Acquisition by hand, not only is the fourth amos, but as the hand itself. And this is very deep. And this all comes out on the 23rd of Sivan, about acquisition of things by Yad. And my Yiddish is that Yehidah is spelled Chayah Yad. It's the Yad past the Chayah. It's included in the Chayah as its Yad. So when you're writing, you're near, but with the Yad. when you are taking with the yod. It's your higher, it's your fourth level. It's your fourth amos, but it's with the yod. And that's the Yehidah. That actually completes the square. This yod is evident when I put on when I say my Shema in the morning. I have my tzitzis from my talis katan, and when you say the Shema, you put the tzitzis in the left hand. Tzitzis is 600, which is that square. And I put it in the yod, which is 14, but I minus it. So when I minus the 14 from the yod, 600 of the tzitzis, I get 586. 586 is the Shema, is the shofar. 586 is Yerushalayim. 586 is the magic number. The magic number about 586 is because 586 is Yesod, fully spelt out. There's ways you can get 586 for the word Shekinah. With minuses. It's all related to Yad. Because I'm going to minus this Yad. Or I'm going to plus this Yad into 586 of shofar to get 600. Because 600 is the final mem. That's the square. This 600 is a square, which is like the cube on the tefillin of the head. You have two shins. Each shin is 300, 600, and it's on the cube. That cube of the tefillins of not only the head, but of the arm, signify the surrounding lights. And what are the two knots on the tefillin of the yod that goes next to the heart? You have a yud, and in the tefillin on the back of the head, the strap, you have a dalet. And in some forms, a double dalet. The dalet would make a square. That square is 600. Because 600 is the real secret here. It's the square, the cube, like the higher is the circle or the sphere. It's a circle, but the square is the cube. And to make that 600, to make that level, we have to include the hand, the 14 perics of the Yud Dalet. Yid in Yiddish. So this is the most miraculous of all, because on the 23rd here, which is the fourth level, if I include my yod, I get 37, which is the fifth level of soul, the Yehidah level of soul. And that fourth level is a circle, and that Yehidah level is a square. And that's the possibility of this day of the 23rd. Because on the 23rd, that's the higher level, surrounding light, and we add the square, Lucas, written by the hand of God, or Moses. This Chayah Yad. Write it down. See in the letters in the word Yehidah cannot be rearranged to make Chayah and Yad. So the fourth level of the soul is the reach, but then there's a special thing, this Yad. Level of touch. One of the reasons I got this is because of my level of that I asked for Ani Rotze Bakol. And what is Bakol? Bakol spelt out full is 586. 586 plus the 14 that I woke up this morning with, because I did this Ani Rotze Bakol, which I'm going to show you the gematria of. And I'm doing this because I had to add the 14 to the Bakol to get 600 to get my level. Well, I added it. Bakol plus the hand. And the hand is arranged like that. The hand is arranged like the four worlds and the fifth world. Remember, there are three levels of soul that are in the body. And then there's the fourth level that is near, like close and near the body. But the fifth level is far away. This is the higher level. And this is the Yehidah level. This is the circle in the square. So, let me reiterate my Hiddush, that the higher level is 23, available to you on 23rd of Sivan. And if you add what it says, all the scribes wrote down, because they wrote down with their yad, they add that to the 23, that's 37. But the real Hiddush here is that Chayah, that the word Yehidah is a combination of Chayah and Yad, which actually comes out here on the 23rd of Sivan. Manifested. So, what I'm writing in the book, Ani Rotze Bakol. That's my desire. And Avraham, was blessed. Bakol. And that's what I didn't do for my father. When he said, "You didn't do for me everything." And now I see why he said that to me. And that's approaching and writing. And that's my desire. My desire is Bakol. Bakol Lavavacha.